Thank you, and I'm very happy to bring a last word here in our stewardship season as we're making our way to making pledges, a plan for giving for the year 2021 next year. And what would Commitment Sunday or bringing these commitments forward be without the senior pastor of St. John's waving a pledge card around, urging you to pledge. But really today, I'd rather tell a different story, a photographic story of what it has been like to still be the church, changed, yes, but still the church in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Because as a congregation whose beating heart has been at the corners of 17th and L Streets in Midtown Sacramento for over 100 years, we here at St. John's, our amazing staff and lay leaders and all of us had to pivot on a dime to be the church that was needed for this day. And that has meant a lot of online presence. Through our online worship experiences, we had to ask a lot of our pastors and our musicians and our worship planners, and especially volunteers. I'd like to lift one up in particular, Tim Reese, who when the pandemic hit, immediately stepped forward to film and edit these online worship experiences. It was the equivalent of a half-time job on top of his already full-time employment, and he gave of himself weekly, his time and talent and experience, so that we can come together and worship in this way that is both dispersed and together. Thanks be to God for the amazing members of St. John's, for all of you participating, contributing, and loving your church. By the way, that music in the background that you're hearing, well, that's our choir. They recorded this song individually in their own homes, and then the voices were painstakingly brought together into this choral gem that blesses us. And so we say a big thank you to our musicians and singers and worship and music staff who have worked so hard so that our praises may continue to rise up from our lips. And because homelessness and other struggles do not go away during a pandemic, but in fact are even bigger hardships, we've had to continue our quest to respond. And over these challenging months, we were able to provide showers, meals to go, high heat respite, emergency aid, and donate blood. Without coming to the aid of all of these most in need, we couldn't very well say that we are living God's love in the world. Finally, we recognize that the church right now and really always is primarily lived and learned at home. And so that has really been the case during this pandemic. Worship and Sunday school and confirmation and adult Bible study and fellowship gatherings all in our homes and gathering in new ways. We have baptized in backyards and in courtyards, and we have communed like we are a drive-in. We have had to roll with the punches, take risks, make tons of mistakes, and give to the church knowing that is exactly how we discern just how very much we have received. That we can lead good and generous and full lives together. And so here my spouse Rhonda has magically appeared. Isn't that awesome, Rhonda? And she's here because we do this next step together as a family. We urge all of you to do the same, whether you're an individual as a family or that you have many people in your household. We like to come together. I say it's time, isn't it, Rhonda, to have the talk?
Yes, and this year there is a lot to talk about. And we know the pandemic has not affected everyone in the same way, especially financially. Now, we're very fortunate because our financial situation is stable. And so when we had the talk, we decided that we could increase our pledge for the coming year. And we think that's especially important because I know it's not the case for everyone. But we have made our commitment here, and
let's place it right in the ceremonial basket. You can, and after you do this prayerful discernment, please imagine that you are doing the same as you make your plan, your pledge for the sake of our work together, being the church known as St. John's. God bless you and thank you.